Okay, so yesterday we talked about different types of figurative language. Who can tell me what was figurative language? Violet, what does that mean?
Like, here's an example. Um, this pencil tip is sharp as a vampire's tooth.
Okay, very good example. So, figurative language are different ways for us to describe things. And sometimes the problem with figurative language, or what can make it confusing, is that we don't always mean what we say. So, yesterday we worked with jack o' lanterns, and we had to look at the jack o' lantern faces, and we had to use metaphors. We had to describe the different faces of the jack o' lantern. I know, Chase. Don't worry about it. We had to describe the faces of the jack o' lantern, how the eyes looked, how the mouth looked, how the nose looked. Now, what you did there, Violet, that's called a simile. So we use a word like or we use the word as to describe two different things so that we can kind of get people to
Presenting it.
understand, or we can get people to picture in their heads what we're trying to describe. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to work with similes. Okay? So, I want you guys to go ahead. You're going to go to classwork. You're going to go to the reading topic. And you're going to open up this assignment here, the Simile Monsters. So, you're going to go to classwork. You're going to go to reading. You're going to find the assignment, Simile Monsters. And when you open Simile Monster, it's going to look like this. So, similes are when you compare two different things and you use the word like or the word as. Okay? They did one monster for us as an example. They want us to create 3 similes for each monster. So let's take a look at the example monster. Here's the monster off to the left. The similes are: its teeth are like tic tacs, masking its stinky breath. Its eye is like a green light, signaling to go. Its red fuzz is as staticky as the sweater I pulled from the dryer. Now, we don't have to focus on just the eyes or the nose or the mouth for these ones. We can describe any part of the monster we want. But we have to use similes to do it, which means we're going to compare the monster or a part of the monster with something else. And we're going to use either the word like or the word as. And just like yesterday, we're going to do a couple together and then we're going to do some on our own. We're going to start off by going to slide number 3. There's a new monster off on the left side. What's up, Kylie?
Oh, I was just gonna say, on slide number 3, the monsters, little horns up there, they look like candy canes.
We can absolutely use that. So that could be our first simile. We can put, let's see, its horns look like, I think candy canes, usually they have that red and white color, but I don't know if you've ever seen them. They have some that are chocolate flavored. And those what those remind me of, because it's like a brown color. So we can put its horns look like chocolate candy canes. But that's a really good example of a simile there, because you're right, they kind of have that same shape to them, right? Like that hook at the top. What's another part of this monster we can describe with a simile? Its horns look like chocolate candy canes. What else? Violet, you have one?
His fur is as miss is as point. Like, is as green as a Christmas tree.
Ooh, I like it. Its fur is as green as a. Sorry, should be capital. Christmas. That's a good one. So its fur is as green as a Christmas tree. All right. We need one more. One more simile for this monster to describe a part of it and compare it to something else. We could talk about its. We already talked about the horns, but we could talk about its feet, about its teeth, its tongue, its eyes. Alexa?
Its feet looks like brownies.
Okay, you're kind of right. They do have that kind of flat shape, and it looks like maybe the tops are covered up with the fur, but maybe if they were like square shaped, they might be like brownie. Its feet are shaped like brownie. Or we could say its feet are as dark as brownie. Because I agree. Now that you say it, I didn't see it before, but you're right. I think if it didn't have the fur on top, those would definitely look like if you took a brownie and you looked at the side of it, that's how it would look. Although I don't think its feet would taste as good as a brownie. Unless it's a candy monster. I don't know. If it's a candy monster, maybe they taste good like brownies. Okay, but those are good. I like those similes. Let's try the next one together. New monster. How could we describe this monster? Haley?
I wasn't done. Its fur is as yellow as a star.
Okay. I don't think it has fur though. What do you think that is? Because it doesn't have like the little hairs.
I didn't get to
I like the
finish.
comment or the description of the color, but what could we say instead of fur, Kaylee? What do you think?
Skin.
Skin, okay. Its skin is as yellow as a star. And if you didn't get the first one, Nakai, don't worry about it. I can go back afterward. Okay. So we have the first one. Oh, Jada's got one. Its ears look like elves' feet. Okay, like the little shoes that they wear. I don't know if those are ears though. What do you think those would be? Bailey?
Horns?
Oh, you're talking about three. Okay. You're right, your horns. Okay. So okay, so the that one that you put was for three, Jada. Sorry. What can we say about its horns though? Its horns look like what, Bailey?
Um, they look like ice cream cones.
Ah, I like it. Its horns
One
look
more.
like ice cream cones. I think you guys are just hungry because you're coming up with a lot of food ones. And the bad part is it's making me hungry now. I could go for a brownie or an ice cream cone. That sounds pretty good. What's another simile I could make for this monster? We already talked about the skin, talked about the horns. What's something else? We could talk about the arms, about the tongue, about the teeth, about the eyes. Noah?
Its eyes are orange as the sunset.
Ooh, I like it. Its eyes are as orange as the sunset. I like that. That makes it sound like a pretty monster. Its eyes are as orange as the sunset. Which I guess makes sense because it doesn't look like it's a angry monster or an unfriendly monster. It looks pretty friendly. All right. So again, each monster gets 3 similes. You could talk about the fur or the skin, the eyes, the teeth, the mouth, the feet, the arms, whatever. But you want to compare those parts to something else. And we need to use the word like or the word as. These last 4 are for you to do. So monster number 5, monster number 6, monster number 7, and monster number 8 are for you to do on your own. So once you finish with 3 and 4, you continue on with the other ones.
Can you go back?
5, 6, 7, and 8 are for you to do, and you want 3 similes for each. And I'm sure if the similes you come up with are anything like the ones we did together, sure they'll make me a lot more hungry when I read. Yes, Jaylene.
The monsters kind of look like the ones from Class Dojo.
They do. Some of them look really similar to those ones, huh? I wonder if that's where the monsters came from. They're like Class Dojo monsters or if they're from somewhere else. But you're right. They do look like the Class Dojo monsters. I thought I recognized them from somewhere. This one I thought kind of looked like Sully from Monsters Inc. So you guys are going to do 5, 6, 7, and 8 on your own. Remember, 3 similes for every monster.